Good morning, everyone. Colonel Average here, and welcome to some more voluntary hell. So, today I will be talking about 2018's most mediocre game. Fallout 76 is a survival game based 25 years after the Great War, when China was a solid loser, so bombed everything. Now, this video will not be talking about how buggy the game is, or complaining about how terrible the servers are. Instead, I will be complaining about what the game could have been and what it was intended to be. Ladies and gents, if you didn't already know, this game was apparently an utter mess, but let's see what this game was trying to be. Fallout 76 was the first multiplayer Fallout game. A game where dozens of players would be on the map at any given time and work together as a team of up to 4 players and take down any enemies that may stand in their path. However, this wasn't exactly the case, because very little people bought this game, or because I live in Antarctica. There were only about 15 to 25 players on a map at a time. This makes this multiplayer-driven game very lonely. I very rarely found other players making this game feel empty. Instead of triumphing over massive beasts that prove challenging and offer great rewards, it feels like all enemies are just time-consuming bullet sponges that do little damage, but break your weapon anyway, so it's like not even worth fighting the boss. Also, by the way, weapon condition is back, and now they made aluminium almost impossible to get a constant supply of, making it more viable to throw at your weapon in the early game than try and repair it. I was looking to be like the only one to write something good about this game, but then I noticed this game doesn't have anything good to write about it. This is just mindless hunting for items and ammo, breaking items, and using up ammo in the process. My positive thing was I was going to write about Fallout 76's building system, which I'll admit is an improvement over Fallout 4's building with the camp system, making you able to build in almost any area, assuming that it doesn't intersect with someone else's camp or with a mission area. I mean, the lack of settlers was something that I missed, but doesn't completely break the building system. My main problem is that when you build, it uses materials that are incredibly boring to find, and can also be used in crafting and repairing broken weapons. The building was so expensive that I really wouldn't recommend building a functional and pretty camp until you have already finished the game and have loads of materials to tinker with. After all of this, I do think that this game was portrayed way worse than it actually was, which I think was because we were led to believe that this is supposed to be the greatest game of all time, when, much like Halo 5, it was a skeleton of what we were told it was going to be, which obviously doesn't make the fans exactly the happiest. There was so much wasted potential in this game, and I think that this will leave a black mark on Bethesda's permanent record. Fallout 76 isn't a bad game. When talking about its gameplay, it isn't good or enjoyable or fun, which I suppose makes it a bad game, but everything here, it just isn't executed well. Fallout not being a story-driven game, it's meant to be Fallout, it plays like Fallout, it acts like Fallout, it just doesn't feel like Fallout because there's no story.